Does my beer look bigger this time around than it has the last few times around? Oh, yeah. And speaking of big, welcome to episode 7 of Bath Bomb and a Beer. And on today's episode, we're talking about confidence. Why would we talk about confidence? Well, there are two reasons that this is a hilarious topic for us to be talking about. Reason number one is because I have none. My confidence level is a negative 42. It's down there. I have no confidence whatsoever. So you're probably wondering, well, what qualifies you, of all people, to be talking about confidence if you don't have any? Because it seems to me that the majority of the guys in the world don't appear to have that problem. There are a handful of us that do have that problem. So I feel like I'm qualified to talk about this topic from the perspective that most people don't see it. The other reason that this is a hilarious topic is because you might be wondering, well, wait a second. You're that guy who sits drunk in his bathtub twice a week and videotapes his thoughts and puts them on display for the world. So how can a guy who spends 2 nights a week drunk in a bathtub not have confidence? To do what I do doesn't take confidence. It just takes a little bit of creativity and some liquid courage. Confidence. The reason that I started thinking that this might be a good topic is because I have been single for a little over 3 years. And in the past 3 years, since my former relationship ended, I went through the normal stages of sweet, I'm free, to I don't care about dating anybody, to I'm going to focus on me, to I'd like to find somebody. And a couple of months ago, I ended up meeting this girl. We will call her Emily. And kind of developed a thing for her. I kind of like her a little bit. She and I spent a lot of time talking and chatting, and we'll run into each other. We work together, and every interaction I have with her is just pleasant. I enjoy talking to her. She has a really cool personality, and she has all the things I look for in somebody that I would like to give it a shot with. And so I'm friends with this guy named, we'll call him Ryan, and his girlfriend, we will call her Ashley, are close friends of mine. I've helped them out a lot in times of need when nobody else wanted to help them, and they have a young daughter, and so over time I've kind of become a family friend of theirs. While casually hanging out, I had mentioned to Ashley, who knows Emily, that I had a thing for Emily. I kind of like her a little bit. And Ashley said, well, hey, me and Ryan are going to go to the carnival, which was in town this week. Why don't you come along and ask Emily? And I thought, perfect. I'm going to do just that. The problem is, I didn't have liquid courage at the time. Not that I would rely on it, but lest we forget, my confidence level is a big fat nothing. But despite that, I said, you know what, you're right, I'm doing this. I'm going to find Emily and I'm going to ask her to the carnival. Can you guess what happened? I found Emily, and we had a very pleasant conversation about the contents of our day. And while my brain was saying, dude, ask her out, my mouth said, hey, I really like your shirt. Have a great night. I'll see you later. Didn't really work out for me very well now. So I went home that night, and I beat my head into the proverbial wall. Because I started to wonder, why do I have this problem? Why is it that at 30 years old, I can't ask a girl on a date? What is my problem? I think what it is... I think my problem is that I don't want to come off being weird, I guess. But I can't really wrap my head around the concept of that being the problem. Because it goes right back to, not everything I do is weird. I'm not a weird person. I'm not creepy. I never have been. I'm generally a very pleasant person to talk to. Apparently I'm hilarious too. But I think when I took the time to really analyze why do I have such an issue with this, I kind of came to the realization that my biggest fear is I don't want to approach somebody and say, hey, I really enjoy spending time with you. Do you think you'd want to go out sometime? and have the response be, no thank you. And then later on, that same girl's thinking, ugh, Eric asked me out. Ugh, Eric asked me out. Ugh, gross. And then every interaction we have from that point forward is weird. That's my fear. It doesn't make sense, though, for that to be the thing I'm afraid of. Because there are guys that are a lot creepier than me that have the kind of confidence that allows them to do that. And it appears to me that generally the responses are well received. Meaning, it seems that having that confidence is part of the bigger, grand scheme of things. That doesn't make any sense. What I'm getting at is I don't really think I'm a bad guy. I'm not creepy. I never have been. I'm not weird. I just have this thought in the back of my head that I don't want to be. And I feel like asking people out, asking girls out is weird. And I feel like it could leave them with the impression of, oh, that's the guy that asked me out. And it was weird. Now I don't want to talk to him. And I don't want that to be the foot I step off with anyone. But it dawned on me that that wouldn't necessarily be how it goes. Anyway, fast forward. Ashley, Ryan's girlfriend, calls me the other day, or tells me to call her, doesn't matter. And she says, hey, so I was talking to Emily, and I kind of just dropped the bombshell. Told her that you were going to ask her to the carnival. Let it be known that carnival actually got canceled anyway because of the big scary coronavirus. So carnival's not going to happen. Go figure, right? The one time that I start to plan things out, it just doesn't work out. I guess that's how it goes for drunken bathtub guys. Regardless, Ashley ends up talking to Emily. Kind of drops the bomb there and says, hey, Eric was going to ask you to the carnival, and he chickened out because let's be truthful. I made giant chicken shit. And Ashley said, he was afraid that you'd say no, and he was kind of shy about it, and he backed out. And apparently, from what Ashley tells me, Emily's response was, I'd love to go with him. Tell him to ask me. And Ashley says, well, the carnival's actually canceled now. And Emily's response to that, from what I'm told, was, well, still, tell him to ask me out because I won't say no to him. Any other guy in the world would take that as, hey, she really likes me too. What am I waiting for, right? And they would just jump right on the opportunity. I took it as a really good sign. And I've made up my mind that I have no reason not to do this because I've got Ashley backing me up and I've got Ryan backing me up. And they're both standing in the background going, you've got this, man. And I even have the knowledge now that Emily said, I'm not going to say no. Tell him to ask me out, which means I already know she's going to say yes. There's no reason for me not to do this. So I saw her at work today. Didn't really have a good opportunity to ask her because there were always other people around and I didn't want to make her feel, on the spot. I just got to wait for, literally 30 seconds when there's nobody standing around the two of us. So I come home and my roommate Zach opened up we'll call him Zach, opened up a fortune cookie. And I don't remember what it said, but we got on the topic about how fortune cookies are more like advice cookies. They just give you advice. They don't really give you a fortune. And I asked him, I said, out of curiosity, if you could give me one piece of advice on any subject, any topic, what would it be? And Zach thought about it for a good minute or so, and he says, I would tell you to take more chances in life. He said, you don't have confidence. You doubt yourself way too often. And every time there's an opportunity right in front of you, you back out. And during that minute that he was thinking about it, I was waiting for him to give me life advice that I could just shoot down. Because my roommate and I, we've been friends for a couple of years and we mess with each other. And so I'm thinking, okay, this guy's going to give me life advice. I'm just going to shoot him down. But when he said you need to take more chances in life because you back out too much and you doubt yourself too much, I went, shit, he's right. Because he is. He's right. And the whole thing corresponds. That here's my roommate saying, you need to take more chances in life and stop doubting yourself. And I've got Ashley over here saying, I've already talked to her. You're in the clear. You are cleared for takeoff. You're cleared for departure. Go. And I have Emily over here who indirectly said, I'm going to say yes if he asks me out. I have no reason not to do this, but I still have that little feeling in the back of my head that says, I don't want to be weird about it. I know. I don't know what my problem is. But that's why that's the topic of the day. Because I realized that Zach is right and Ashley is right. Because Ashley had told me, you have to just do this. You like her. She's a nice girl. She's not going to be mean about it. And so the whole point of today's video is for me to kind of speak to the people that have the same problem I do. Let it be known from a guy that has that same issue. I'm not saying you have to be the most confident, like, yeah, guy out there in the world. You don't have to be like that. Or girl. But don't doubt yourself. Like, just dive out there and take a chance. And the really weird thing about it is I can remember that when I was around 18, 19, 20 years old, I was like this explosive nuclear reactor of confidence. There was nothing I was afraid of. And I would jump off a cliff if I thought I could fly. And here I am 30 years old and I can't ask a girl out on a date. I don't know what happened. But that's the whole point, is just take that advice from somebody that has that same problem at literally 30 years old. I've lacked confidence for a long time. I don't know why I started to have that problem. I don't know where it originated or what caused it. But all I know is that my roommate is absolutely correct. I doubt myself way too much. And Ashley spilling the beans to Emily and getting a response out of her was just the proof that Zach is right. If I hadn't doubted myself, and if I hadn't backed out at every opportunity, and if I hadn't decided to not be weird, which I wouldn't have been anyway, I would have already done this thing. And I would have probably made a video about this amazing date I went on with Emily. Maybe that one's coming up. I don't know. But now I'm at a point where the entire universe is saying, hey, numbnuts, you need to just do this. You have no reason not to. And I really need to start listening to it. I need to listen to the universe and just take the advice that's being thrown at me. Even before Ashley and Zach, my friend Richard. Richard's the kind of guy that every time I go to his house is a different girl over there. And he's not a player or anything. He just has a lot of friends that happen to be girls. And he just naturally vibes with them. And so he'll invite me over his house. We'll go off-roading or have a little campfire or who knows what. And, half the time he invites a girl along. And I'm going, I haven't been on a date in 3 years. And every night you can just get somebody to come out and have a campfire with you. What's the difference? He said the same thing. He goes, there isn't a difference. You just got to do it. Just ask, hey, do you want to go out sometime? Do you want to come have a fire with me? Do you want to go to wherever? And, that was Richard's advice, was you have to just be confident in yourself. You have to, and this is what he had told me, was you have to understand that you're not a bad-looking guy. You're not an asshole. You're a decent, really good-hearted, good-natured, down-to-earth guy. You're smart, you've got a lot going for you, you're not bad looking, to tell the truth. There's no reason that a girl would say no to you. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, I know they're going to do it. Enter Emily, and I tell Ashley, and Ashley tells Emily, and Emily says, oh my god, I would say yes if he asked me out. And I'm like, yeah, that's awesome, great, maybe he'll get around to doing it. The very next day, my roommate's like, you need to start taking chances in life. And I'm over here going, fine, I'll do it. So what it boils down to is, if you have the same problem I do, just take the advice of the people that I know who have given me that advice, because now I have to live with this advice. And don't doubt yourself. Go on a limb and just take a chance. The worst that can happen, you get shot. And it doesn't even have to do with just dating. Anything in life where you start to second guess yourself and you have this back and forth battle up in the old noggin, you start to wonder if maybe I should do this, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know, I don't think I want to do it, but maybe I kind of want to do it. Just freaking do it. There was a point where I sat right here where I'm at right now with one of these, and I was like, do I really want to start recording what I'm doing right now and putting my thoughts out to the world? What do you know? We're now on episode 7. So, just do it. That's the advice. So, topic of the day, from a drunk guy in a bathtub with zero confidence, is to just have confidence in yourself. thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for episode 8, and we'll find out how things pan out for me. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys next time.